Da, 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 da. Welcome back, my friends, to BjjBrick Quick. This is the Quick BJJ podcast. Your host today is me, Byron. Today, we're going to look at your jiu-jitsu over a year. We're not going to take a year long to look at your jiu-jitsu. I don't know, why I said that, but you need to evaluate your jiu-jitsu over certain time frames. How'd you do tonight? How have you done this month? How about this year? The year is a big enough span of time that it's confusing for the human mind to kind of think what's happened this year. But it's an important amount of time. People will oftentimes overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, and they vastly underestimate what they can accomplish in 10 years. If you just got your blue belt, you might think, hey, maybe I could be a purple belt by the end of the year, or maybe within a year's time. That might be a bit of an overestimation. Maybe you could do it. But you could become a black belt within 10 years, most likely. People just underestimate that 10-year ability at work or, at home with what your children will be doing in 10 years. Like, it's just tough. 1 year, jiu-jitsu in 1 year. The best way to evaluate your jiu-jitsu over the course of a year is to write something down about once a month. And you can write down every day if you would like, but maybe have a monthly recap. Like, what are your favorite techniques? What are you best at? What are you working on? These types of things. And as the months tick by, these things might change. And they might not. And they're both okay. If you're a brown belt and your same thing has been a single leg takedown since white belt, it's been your favorite technique, single leg. Okay, white belt, all the white belt, all the blue, all, the purple, whatever. It's the same technique. You probably should break out of that a little bit. Although you might be having a lot of success with that, you're limiting yourself. I'm not saying don't do that technique, but continue to explore things that branch off of that. What's a good follow-up to that move? What's a good setup? What's a good alternative to that technique? Those are easy ways to find the next avenue to pursue. If your favorite technique, and just to talk about this example, is a single leg takedown, is your guard lacking? Good chance. You play a lot of top game, and your guard is a little behind where it should be. So maybe you should figure out what's your favorite guard. I don't have a favorite guard. You should. You don't even know. And maybe you have such a variety of guard play that you don't have a favorite guard. That's fine. But if you don't have a guard you like, you should discover at least one or two guards that you prefer and develop those. And you could do this over the course of a year. That's not a difficult thing to do. So think about your jiu-jitsu over the course of this last year. It's really hard to think back. And maybe start writing stuff down and just get a cheap notebook, not even a full-size notebook. Get like one of those little spiral notebooks that's like 4 inches tall or 6 inches tall, like a half size or quarter size, whatever. Throw it in your gym bag. And then put a reminder on your calendar on your phone, BJJ notes. Put it for the first of the month. And then when that goes off, you get your little notebook out, you write down, this is July 1st, my favorite move, and have a little bit of organization. What do you want to write? Your favorite technique, your favorite submission, what are you working on, what do you suck at? Write those down. Make it fairly simple. And then put the book away, don't worry about it. Good thing you put it in your calendar to reoccur every month. Next month, ding, first of the month comes by, pull your notebook out, write it down. Oh, look, they're all the same. That's cool. Next month, one of them changed. Hey, you were horrible at escaping Kimuras. Next month, now I realize that you're not that great at escaping guillotines. You've been caught in more guillotines than Kimuras. You write that down for your weakness. We all have weaknesses. We all have strengths. If you just take the time to notice them, it'll help you decide where you go next. It'll help you realize how much better you've gotten over the course of these months that are going to pass regardless. And in the long run, as the years go by, this little journal will be a fun way to look back at your jiu-jitsu and how it's changed. I wish I had that from the past. I don't. That's fine, but it's a good way to help you kind of game plan or get a more strategic bird's eye view of your jiu-jitsu. You got to do it by the month. Give it some months in a row. You can look at jiu-jitsu over the course of the year. It'll be beneficial to you. Guys, I'd like to hear your comments. Most people do not do this. Do you do any sort of jiu-jitsu journaling or note-taking? I'd be interested to hear that. Comment on this episode. Till next time, stay sweaty, my friends.